to attend school in Madibane High School in the Western Native Township near Sophia Town, where she lived with her father and two brothers as her mother stayed behind to tend to their home in Mogopa. Sophia Town was a vibrant, colorful community that brought the best and the worst in its citizens. The progressive cultural and political arena that existed in this community had a positive impact on Rita Ndzanga. It further heightened her political awareness and determination to change the social and political circumstances of Black South Africans. Her family were members of the Anglican Church run by Bishop Trevor Hiddleston in Sophia Town. Sophia Town provided a vibrant social life for a teenager. Best of all, Mme Ndzanga was reunited with her daunting father, Ntate Isaac Moore, who was already a member of the African National Congress. She became aware of his leadership role in Ga Mogopa community much later in her life. In 1984, the community was once again threatened with eviction from farmers from the farm that they bought. The community turned to Isaac to be part of the leadership to resist the removal. He was part of the committee which lobbied the Allied Legal Studies and Black Search to successfully resist the removal. Mme Ndzanga only went up to Form 3, Standard 10, because of her father, Ntate Isaac Moore, could not financially support a family of 10 with his salary. At the age of 19, she unfortunately had to give up schooling to financially support the family. She refused to be defined by her circumstances, but charted her way to release her family and ensure that the vision continues. Accordingly, she defined the odds and worked and believed in herself and developed to be one of the greatest heroines of the country. She worked at the Black and Tail Workers Union. This began her journey in the trade union movement. Through her activism, she gained administrative and organizing skills. Through her union, she worked a key role in major campaigns waged by the South African Congress of Trade Unions. They built a strong labor wing of the Congress movement. Their union was there to play a critical role. South Africa's Black women had always been faced with the challenges of economic exploitation as workers, national oppression as Black people, and the reality of the patriarchy. This consulted what came to be known as the triple oppression of the African, Indian, and colored women. At the age of 23, she was one of the organizers of the 2,000 women from all national groups who marched to the union buildings against the past laws at the age of 23 years. Mme Ndzanga was not defeated by the brutal colonial and apartheid system. Despite the physical and emotional abuse by the system, she stood firm and never relented on the vision for a national democratic society. As South Africa, that belongs to all who live in it. Earlier, she had developed consciousness about the conditions under which the people lived. The forceful removal of her family twice caused her pain, which was one of the turning points in her life. It was here that she decided to actively participate in the struggle for the liberation of South Africa. Her political activities included organizing protest events against the oppression of Black people. For her activism, she was banned and detained multiple times and was denied the humane courtesy of attending the funeral of her husband, who died while in the police custody. Mme Ndzanga fought for South Africa's freedom in various capacities, demonstrating a passion and love for her country and its people. In 1956, Mme Ndzanga married Keitra Lawrence Ndzanga, who was a key SACTU leader in his own right. They settled in the Eastern Native Township and later moved to Soweto. As a pair, they stood the test of times. They were a force to be reckoned with. In the fight to end injustice, she and her husband were among the 22 activists arrested for their political.
All right, so we've lost the picture out of the Northwest where the funeral is currently taking place. So we will try and see if we can't take you back to that funeral in the Northwest.
Well, on air, that was Sthembiso Sithole. Well, he's the family spokesperson. He's one of our own, by the way. He's... He's one of our own. He works with us. He's our colleague. But he's just been reading the obituary of the fallen hero, Rita Ndzanga. And so many speakers have highlighted what a great icon and, you know, what a great person to be with and hang around with. We've heard earlier on a great friend of hers saying that, you know, she's been with the trenches in the labor movement. She also was part of the formation of the South African Congress of Trade Unions. And, you know, how great leader she was in terms of the formation of the labor movements and in the male-dominated movements back then, but she was a force to be reckoned with.
All right.